Namaste, good evening, and good
Good afternoon.
morning to sir and people
Yes,
from US.
yes. Good
Welcome to
morning.
another episode of Turiya Talks Season 7.
Thank you.
Today we have with us Dr. Ashish Chaudhuri. I'll introduce her later, but I have got something interesting to share.
Oh,
I wanted to say when a person thinks of aging, he basically thinks of many things, from a baby getting taller to an elder person growing gray hair. A person's body changes constantly throughout the span of his life. There is no helping to it. While most people think of a person getting older as a person getting wrinkles, losing hair, which I'll also do after a few years, becoming more fragile, but there are actually many more effects than just these, the visible ones. These are visible effects, as we say, and the effects are not just visible by just looking at someone. People do not become old or elderly at any specific age. So, with this note, I would like to introduce our guest for today. Sir is an aging research scientist at the Buck Institute and specialized in technology development, drug screening, and target discoveries. He'll be talking about is age really just a number? Welcome to Turiya Talks, sir.
thank you very much. I'm really honored and to be part of this, and thank you, Sandhya, to invite me.
Right.
And
I think from this show, we will try to understand. Everybody is supposed to undergo this phase, aging of life at his or her own time and space. But in the broader sense, we would like to understand few things like what are the changes and how to age gracefully. Uh,
okay, so age. This is inevitable process of human life, not only human life, for every organism. They're saying everyone goes through aging process. So basically, what happens is a progressive way, and an organism moves throughout the life, and as you said, and their signature of the time leave onto the body. Like as you said, we see the wrinkles. Look at me, I lose my hairs. So basically, yeah. So other than age, I have the other issue also, like family, testosterone. It's a lot of other things that contribute to bald, but aging is one of them. And also you can see the wrinkles. Every person goes through some changes in their biological processes. However, that is not inevitable. Everyone goes through, even from a poor person to a billionaire. So uh, a billionaire also goes through aging process, and a have-nots also going through the aging process. But the curve is different. Somebody moves faster, some moves slower. So aging is on. So what I like to do in my whole career is to understand one thing: why we age first. Why we age. And if we know why we age, what is the benefit to know why we age? Because most of the diseases that come in our life, they are mostly are age related, like dementia, heart disease, Alzheimer disease, like which I work on, mainly the Alzheimer one, sarcopenia, means muscle loss. So suddenly you can see after certain age, people losing body mass. So they're losing body mass. Suddenly they are very well built, but with time they are losing body mass, muscles, and everything, and they become skinnier and skinnier. And so basically, it's like a slow decaying process. My interest to examine, to know why it's happening, and is there any way to slow down these processes. That usually what happens, most of the time what happens, that when we age, the curve is like that: you started a very nice life, you cross the middle age, and then the curve start bending down. So basically So the curve was like that, then start bending down and slowly, gradually ending at the end. However, we want to make the curve different. We want to make sure you extend your life gracefully, not like you see you suffer day after day after day and then you die. But we like to see that you extend your lifespan like this, and then you drop, because that the suffering periods will be much shorter instead of longer. So that is called healthy aging, or as you said, uh, gracefully, whether we age or not.
Right. I know you are a scientist, but if you can give 5 tips to people so that they keep their stress at bay, and it really helps.
Okay. Couple of things I like to do. It's very difficult. Even it's very difficult to adapt with the new dimensions of life. But like I also try. I'm not always successful. I try. So first is that one of the things the 21st century contribute to us is the stress. The 21st century contribute to people is the stress. The people who, because to earn the bread nowadays is very difficult, because so many people on earth, everyone wants to survive. So basically resource is there, billions of people are trying to get that resource to survive. So it's a competition. That is like a rat race. So basically, and when we run to get something, initially we thought, okay, I'll be happy with this. But when I reach that, then I said, no, I need more. Then what happened? Then I need more. That means it is called rat race. So we're running. However, when we run for this, the energy, the stress generates in our body throughout these processes, it does not is not get out from our mind or body. It's trapped. It's trapped within ourselves, and that basically the 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 impact for that stress comes like headache. So every person goes through at the end. Sometimes in a week they get headache because the stress were trapped inside. That's abnormal stress that generates throughout the whole week. So it's stuck in the body, and that stress contribute contribute to your aging process. So if you can slow down, if you can stop and slow down, is it really worth to do that? First, you have to understand whether this is what to do or not. So if you question yourself, then you have the answer. No one has the answer. We can say, oh, you do this and do that, do that. No one can say. No one can give you, somebody can give you a vague guideline, but that is not, that may not fit for you. You are your best judge. You need to find out what will be the best to slow down or to reduce your stress. So stress is the first killer. And second thing is our diet. If you see, before we did not have that many diseases that at our earlier life. Maybe we had a short lifespan. We now have an excellent life. We have before, like few years ago,
Medical.
the lifespan was 50s. Now it's now 80s. Of course, there are our knowledge, our medicine. So the new generation of medicine contribute for our healthy lifespan. Yes, I agree with that, because there's so many drugs that are coming up for the cancer, for the heart disease, and so they're really good side of the science. They're contributing to human life. However, the food habit that we used to do, we just completely changed it. Like for the Indians, we're not used to with like burger. I'm just with an example. I'm telling you, we had a very balanced diet before. Now what happened? We got influenced with the food habit of the other countries, and we are not used to before. And now we got those things, and now we are trying to adapt those food habit in our lifestyle, and body is not used to with that.
Right.
The way you are born, you are raised, you are not used to it that. So now the body sees is like a new things. So body is trying to adjust with the system, and as a result the consequence is not good. So they're like now 30s 40s people, they're getting plaque, they are getting heart attack, stroke, brain stroke, millions of diseases coming up, liver disease. We rarely used to know before the liver disease. Nowadays, our food habit causing a fatty liver, this and that. Then another thing is that alcohol. So before we had a taboo that we should not drink, publicly this, and we had a taboo. So like even when we used to smoke, even that when the elder people is coming, so we just try to hide it because we are not used. We knew that is not the right thing. However, now it is not any taboo. So basically, everyone drinks.
Sir,
Everyone.
can I tell you one thing? Huh? A
Yes, please.
drunkard thinks that a drunkard thinks if the other person is not drinking, it's a crime.
Yes,
So in any party, they will just make you so mad that you have to have it. So
yes.
people like us, we have decided that we will be very very happy if we lead very very dull, disciplined, boring life. So this is the reason we don't go out anywhere, because it does not make sense.
Yeah,
If you don't drink, if you don't hold on the glass, then people will think that you have come from another planet. I don't know where we are heading towards.
I don't know. This is a question because exactly that's my question also. That like if you don't smoke, if you don't go to the pub, if you don't drink, that means you are out of the stream. You are out of the orbit. But
Hmm.
that the people who are saying they are basically out of the orbit, they are aliens because we our whole things getting changed nowadays. We drink so much, people don't talk about it. If you don't drink in the party, that means if you don't get drunk, that means you did not reach at that level. So called classy people, so-called. So okay, you do it one day and you do next day, and you got used to with this, and consequences is you have to suffer. The guy who gave a bottle of scotch, and you got used to with that, the guy is not suffering. Maybe he's, but you are suffering, right? You got introduced yourself into a new world, and now you got used to it, this and becoming a drunkard, means, and then your whole things are get changed. So basically, our food habit, our practice, our bad habits, basically everything at the end of the day contribute to your age, contribute to your life. And suddenly you did not have any wrinkle. Suddenly you start seeing that you have a lot of wrinkles coming here, wrinkles here, here, here. So, and when the process, when you are nose drifting like this, no one can stop it, and that aging process will accelerate. So,
Right.
so your food habits is very important. It's very important what you are eating, your day-to-day lifestyle, your stress response, how you do it, how you handle your stress. So basically, if you think in a way, little bit philosophically, let's say you earn a lot of money, but you cannot, you cannot take a single penny with you. So once you start thinking in a different way, in a different dimensions, and you can see, you can find, oh, that's true. You can just sit back and relax and say, that's true. I should not do that. I should not run for money for because I need, because your body cannot eat this much. Body can eat this much. So
Right, sir.
most of the time, what we do is that we working, we spend our time to earn money, but most of that money is sitting in your investment on your bank. But very little you're using for your own self. So basically, don't put yourself in a shoe that is really hard for you to fit in one, and then is your food habit, your lifestyle, because these all things. And also, like, oh, somebody is doing very well, I have to do it. Of course, that is a positive thing to move on, but everything has a limit. Everything has a circum, like, or there's a line around us, so we should not cross that. If we cross that, there's a consequence.
Right, sir. So we'll take a few questions.
Yes, please.
Can we get those questions posted, please?
So can you, what do you mean? So Dibba said that any myth you would like to debunk about aging. So basically, aging, it is, as I said, it is a progressive deterioration, a decline of our biological processes. It's a progressive decline of our biological processes. So, as I said, it is not avoidable. You cannot avoid. Only thing you can do, you can slow down the kinetics. You can slow down the kinetics of the graph. Instead of nosedive, you can slow down the processes. So if you
Right.
can slow down the processes, the onset of the diseases will be delayed. But if you run fast, you will lose your energy first. So basically, you have to tune down your machinery, your clock. You have to tune down so that you can have a healthy aging.
Right, sir. We'll take a few questions. Next question. We have next question from Yogini Mulchandani. She is asking, sir, the pandemic has risen the attention to how the aging process makes elderly more vulnerable to viruses. Has COVID inspired new applications to your research?
Okay, so very good question. So basically, in our life, in our whole life, what we see is that we always face pathogens, no matter what. We always face the pathogens. An interesting thing, I worked on an animal, it's called bats. So bats live long compared to the usually what happens, the same body size, they usually live almost same. However, the bat, they have a small, but their lifespan is almost 40 years. And the reason is, but question is, most of the pathogens that we are we are facing in our life, like coronavirus, Ebola, HIV, all these viruses, bats are the carriers. Bats carry all most of the pathogens that are present in our life. Then why they are not being affected? If they are carrying the virus, they should be affected first, but they are not. The reason is very simple. Their immune system, their defense machinery are strong enough to handle that, because they go through, they experience that radiation, because they live in the nature. There are so many pathogens are there. They experience the radiation from the sun. So basically, their immune system is tuned in a way they can handle it. For us, at the younger age, we are much more vulnerable than the bats. So what happens? We are extremely sensitive. However, after a certain age, so when you cross the age 40s, let's say 40s, what happened? Our all the defense machineries, they are becoming weaker. They are becoming feeble. So once our defense machineries are becoming weak, then the pathogens will take over. Like for now, the COVID coronavirus, the COVID disease, mostly affect the older age because they are compromised in their immune system. So to boost up their, as I said, to boost up this um, the compromised processes, you need to do two things. One is that, of course, the vitamins. You have to take the vitamins, especially the vitamin D and C, because these two we don't synthesize in our body. Like vitamin C, we cannot synthesize. So you have to get it through food, like citrus foods, like lemon and different things. So basically, you can get the vitamin C. The vitamin D we generate through the sun. We convert it to vitamin D, but through the energy from the sun. So if you are not, so basically, most of the times, what happens, we stay at home in the air conditioned room. We are not exposed to the sun. The farmers, they rarely get this disease because they are exposed to the sun. They get the vitamin D level is pretty high. I can bet you the people who are like in our live, most of the time we live in the air conditioned room, our vitamin D3 level is really low. So we get medicine as vitamin D to take it. So my suggestion is to go out quite often, go out, exposed to the sun, so that your body can make more vitamin D. And second thing, as I said, if your immune system is compromised or the older age, they need to expose to the outside. Outside means in the daytime. Their food habit is they have to eat healthy food. Like they don't eat much protein. Unfortunately, they don't eat much protein. Is the main source to build up the amino acid pool to build up your immune system. So you have to eat more protein. You can eat those are vegetarians, they should eat the more plant proteins, milk, casein. Those are the people who are vegetarian, but those are non-vegetarian, they should eat fish, chicken, egg, and of course, milk, everything, yogurt. So these are the things, if you can do that, then I'm sure your immune system will be turned on and then you can fight back to the pathogens.
Your voice is not clear, sir.
It's not?
Yeah, now it's better. Now I'm
Okay.
saying few people are poking me in social media and they're asking that what about people those who are veg by diet?
That's what I'm saying. So those people who are vegetarians, they should eat the protein, the food like soybeans. Soybean is a good source of protein. Milk is a good source of protein. Yogurt is a good source of protein. And then lentil are good source of protein. So if you eat lentils, legumes, milk, soybean, all those things, then you can lift your protein content in your body, and that will, and also vitamins, water. That's the most important thing. We should drink plenty of water because most of the disease causes dehydration of your body. So if you hydrate your body, you will fight back much better way than dehydrate form. So dehydration basically trigger or making you more sensitive to the disease. So hydrate yourself, eat plenty of food, but don't eat all at the same time. Spread it because you can turn on your metabolism. If you eat one time, it's not good. So you eat little bit of your diet, spread it throughout the day so you can turn on your metabolic system.
Right. So we all know. Hello. Yes,
Yes,
sir. We all know that aging is not lost youth, but a new stage of opportunity and strength if you follow all the tricks and tips as shared by Dr. Sahab. So I can only say the trick is to age honestly and gracefully, and you can only make it look great so that everyone looks forward to it around you.
Yes.
Seriously, we should never prove ourselves to be a sorry figure in the eyes of other, whether we are young, whether we are in whether we are old. I think we must learn all these. Sir, just two quick questions, and then of course we'll wrap it up.
Okay.
uh, Two last questions. How can we slow down the aging process? Apart from the food, would you like to highlight anything else?
So basically, eating is a multifactorial process. Food is one component. However, the thing that killing silently to us is the stress. Stress is the silent killer or silent trigger to of the aging process. So, as I said earlier, if you if you open your eyes and ask yourself, do what I'm doing throughout the day, is it really worth to do it? So that's the question. So you are your best judge. You have
Right.
to tune down. You have, if you run 20 miles, 40 miles per hour, tune down to 30 miles. So if you slow down your run, you can remember one thing: when you run very fast, you will lose the vision of the sight. If you run very fast, like if you drive your car very fast, you will lose your sight vision. If you slow down, then you start seeing the nice pictures on your left side and right side. So that's what I'm saying. If you slow down the process, then you will start seeing the beauty of life that you are missing every day. Because I know a lot of people in USA, I know a lot of people, they're the clinician. They leave 6 o'clock in the morning, and they come when they leave 6 o'clock, 6 in the morning, they don't see their son. Son is sleeping. When they come back at home around 12 o'clock, son is sleeping. So, so when we leave, everybody's sleeping. When you come back after the whole day, they're sleeping. And you have a nice swimming
Right.
pool at your backyard. You don't get chance to get in there because you are running after. So slow down your processes. If you enjoy enjoy your time with your friends, with your families, and just have fun. Just take a time out and have fun and enjoy your life. Chat, sit down with your next to your parents and ask, "How are you?" This when your parents will blush then seeing you at the end of the day and say, when you say to your parents, "How are you?" they will feel that is for them, it is a medicine. And for you also, that's the medicine. You see a blush of smile on the face of your parents.
Right. So, as we live longer, more of our final years are marked by poor health, which means increased suffering and higher healthcare bills.
I have a question on that. I am really fighting like few years. It's called polypharmacy. So basically, what happened? Um, I'm sorry to say that the doctors they taking the patients as guinea pigs. So what happens? So they let's say they're suffering from a disease like diabetes or Alzheimer. What happened? They prescribe 20 different drugs, 20 different drugs, and the patient usually what happened in psychological what they think, oh, the doctors prescribe 20 drugs, and then I'll be fine then. But the probably doctors don't know that overdoses of medicine basically killing the patient. When you have a keep 20 more drugs you are giving to a patient, there's no one in the world know what is going on among the crosstalk between the two molecules, two drugs. You are taking 10 drugs, but you don't know the crosstalk, what's happening among those when you put 10 drugs to your body. And now in United States, what we are doing, we are telling. the doctor, we speak with the clinicians and we ask them to deprescribe your medicine. So basically, instead of 10, take 2. And amazing part is that when they deprescribe the medicine, the patients are doing well. The reason is the side effects of each one is reduced, and then your liver will, which was highly affected, they are now doing better. So what I'm saying is that doctors now should rethink that what medicine they should prescribe and what the medicine they should not prescribe. So if they maintain the balance, and the impact will be really good to the patients. So polypharmacy, it is a huge issue in this 21st century. So don't prescribe medicine which you are not absolutely required. I don't take medicine, honestly. I don't recall when I take, um, even in the headache medicine, even Tylenol or paracetamol. I never took. I don't take any medicine. So I don't recall when I took it. I don't recall. The reason is I let the body to fix the problem. I might have a headache, but I know after I take water and everything, it will go away. So why should I take the medicine? So I don't take medicine. So basically, what I'm trying to say, don't take medicine unnecessary. Don't prescribe any medicine unnecessary.
Sir,
Yes.
what is your final message to Turiya Communications and Turiya Talks, sir?
Um, First of all, um, I'm really delighted and really fortunate, um, that Turiya Communications and Turiya Communications invited me, uh, to share my thoughts with everyone. And I wish the Turiya Communication will do more and more this type of talk, so that the message will go to the rest of the world. and and Turiya Communication is doing so well, and they are looking at the different aspects of life, and which basically helping people from stress, from their lifestyle, and from, so this is amazing platform. I strongly, um, I strongly recommend everyone to follow the Turiya Communications and with their upcoming programs, and all my messages regarding the healthy aging are there.
So I can only say that we say, the saying goes, age is just a number.
Yes, age
But
is just a
I'm
number.
sure after watching this show, you will understand the true meaning of it. And with this, we have arrived towards the end of this very, very interactive session. Thank you, sir, for
Thank you very
taking your
much.
time out and being with us. I hope
Yes,
our viewers had a great time from different geographies and different time zones. And aging is universal. They must have gathered a lot of knowledge from you.
thank
Thank
you.
you and see you all in the next session of Turiya Talks. Till then,
Thank
be
you.
safe and happy.
Thank
But
you.
please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe your own channel, Turiya Talks. Till
Yes,
then, namaste and thank you.
thank you very much. Thank you. Bye.